Okay, this is the start of the second race, and I'm not sure exactly how much time, but I think we're getting close to the end. It is obviously a leeward end favorite again. And again, I just want to reiterate the importance of trying to stay off, there's the gun, try to stay off the starboard, there it is, I'm sorry, the starboard tack ley line here, because it's really hard to get a good bead on the line. This is a very difficult spot to start in. Actually, I think that's 1 minute. I'm sorry, 1 minute there. Very difficult time to get lined up here. All you need is somebody to line up underneath you, and you're pressed over the line. In addition, when it's a leeward end favorite, like we see here, it is very difficult to start down here and be able to take advantage of the first shift. Here we see David Spira. He approached on port, which is just the approach that I like to use. He is lined up on port. He's leewardmost boat. Ryan's underneath him, trying to come up underneath him here. We got the group trimming in to weather. This will be the time to go. We're getting close. Ryan's going for a leeward end favorite. He did a very nice job here. Ryan got off in great shape. It's obviously very much a leeward end favorite. We do have an individual recall up. But again, my point is, find an approach that works. Try to stay off that starboard tack ley line. Try to figure out which end of the line is favored. And worst case is, be near the middle of the line like we see here. Here's Rick. I think that's Rick that just tacked onto port. He's able to take advantage of the first shift, which is ideal. That is, to me, exactly the way to do it. He started up from the pin about, looks like 10 or 12 boat lengths. He was able to tack right away and take advantage of the first shift. That's pretty cool. David tacked and is, we see to weather here on port. Here's Ryan behind him. Okay, and there's the weather mark. You know, we often talk about how do we know, how the right amount of vang is, what the right amount of vang tension is, and wrinkles are our friend. When we have enough vang on, we'll see overbend wrinkles like we see here in David's main. These wrinkles aim back at the clew. They tell us we have plenty of vang on there. By bending the mast, we develop these wrinkles. If we don't have those wrinkles when it's windy, that means we probably don't have enough vang on. You know, one thing we should talk about is approaching the weather mark and how we want to try to avoid ending up on that starboard tack ley line back in here as long as we can. When we end up set up, you know, to weather of the ley line overstood to keep our air clear, any shift that comes will hurt us. Whereas when we approach on port, much like this boat, and not right at the ley line, because that's dangerous, of course, but maybe down 5 or 6 boat lengths, that gives us the opportunity to use every shift right up to the end. Plus, it gives us the opportunity to hit the ley line right on, like we're doing here. Look at the difference in where he's lined up on the ley line versus the boats to windward. So again, try to avoid that starboard tack ley line as long as you can, and approach on port 5 or 6 boat lengths away from the mark if you can, so that you can use all the shifts. Here's a great shot of David going downwind, and we see good spinnaker trim. The halyards off the top of the mast like we talked about. There's the curl on the left of the spinnaker. The center seam of the spinnaker is parallel to the mast. I don't know if we can tell from here, but the telltale is flowing on the top batten, which is telling us that the vang is right. And the other thing is noticing how he's sailing very flat, or actually even heeled to weather just a little bit. That means the helm will be neutral. Very good guide there. Looks good. These guys look good back here as well. Halyard off the top of the mast. 2 ends are even. Boat nice and flat. Looks very good.